Hi, I'm Dr. Josh Matthews. One of the first lessons in movie criticism is to look at cuts. Now, of course, some YouTube viewers know what cuts are. The question of what a cut is seems so obvious, it's the most elementary thing in movie watching or movie making. Now, in fact, I have two things to say about that. One is that even if you know what a cut is, you probably don't. It's an inherently complex transition. It's always good to go back to the fundamental questions of a medium. For example, in my writing classes, I like to ask what a paragraph is. It seems obvious what a paragraph is until you start to define it and try to say how to create one. Then it's not so easy. I think the same thing is the case with the cut. Second, even though you might know what a cut is, there's a lot of people in the world who simply don't. Even people who've been watching movies for decades may not know what a cut exactly is. So it's important to have a video like this to try to describe a cut. So let's start out with this clip from Toy Story 2, which has several cuts in it. I'm going to show you where the cuts are and when they happen. You'll notice as you watch this clip that it changes perspective. That is, you'll have one shot and then another shot from another perspective, another shot from another perspective. Whenever you have a new image flash instantly onto the screen, that's what we call a cut. So a cut is a type of movie transition that you don't see. There are other kinds of movie transitions that you do see, such as fades or wipes or dissolve. These kinds of transitions call attention to themselves, but cuts are invisible. We don't see them. And that's why I think a video like this is important for you. Now let's point out something really basic but essential about movies. Movies are individual images, thousands of them, spliced together into a unified whole. We essentially have fragments placed together to make one whole story or one whole artistic experience. The fragments are shots. Each shot is a fragment. And when you put one shot next to another shot, you link them together. Essentially, even though a cut implies separation, it's actually a unifying transition. Well, it is a unifying transition most of the time. A cut implies an association between two shots. Humans, I think, are meaning-making machines. If you put two images together, as in a movie, and connect them with a cut, humans will try to say, well, how are those two images linked? What's the connection between those two? And we'll try to forge, I think our brains innately do this, we'll try to forge a meaning between two images that may have absolutely nothing to do with each other. So I think movies use our innate ability or maybe desire to associate unlike images together to make meaning out of two or three of them put together. Let's take a look at this scene from The Lady from Shanghai, directed by Orson Welles, and you'll see how the cut associates the line, "You're the killer," with a particular person.
I told you not to move. I mean it. I found the gun. You killed Crispy, yes. You're the killer.
Now, it's pretty obvious who the killer is in this scene because the cut tells us. The cut associates the face of Orson Welles with the line, "You're the killer," and then when we cut to the woman's face, she's obviously the killer. Our brains have linked her to the words into the previous image. But I can, of course, cut this differently, so let me give you another example of this.
I told you not to move. I mean it. I found the gun. You killed Crispy, yes. You're the killer.
So now I've got a different killer altogether. I myself have changed this scene so that it gives you a different killer. Just for fun, let me give you a third version of this.
I told you not to move. I mean it. I found the gun. You killed Crispy, yes. You're the killer.
So now Yoda's the killer. You can see, though, what I've done is I've associated "You're the killer" and Orson Welles' character saying this with whomever I cut to. Thus, as I said, the cut is a link or an association with a previous image or set of images. Cuts also give movies rhythm. Essentially, movies are a kind of music, and there's a tempo and rhythm to all movies. Some movies have very quick cutting. They go by very quickly, in other words, and the pace is really fast. That can happen in individual scenes. It can happen over the course of an entire movie. An example of this is a movie I like from the late 1990s called Dark City. Dark City used to, and maybe still does, hold the record least number of seconds per shot. I think each shot lasts for an average of like 2 seconds in this movie. There's other movies like, say, Woody Allen movies where you get 1 minute per shot. The shots last for a really long time. Dark City goes by really quickly, and you can see as this scene progresses, you have cut after cut after cut.
Harris. Carl.
Cuts can tell us how to react to scenes. In this scene from Dunkirk, you're going to see, 1, what's happening, but 2, how to react to what's happening. Important then to movie making is what's called the montage. Montages were discovered early on in the 1920s by Sergei Eisenstein, a Russian theorist and filmmaker. I dare say almost everybody knows what a montage is by this point, but a montage links different things in different times in different places in the world or universe together. The montage affirms my basic ideas earlier in this video that the cut associates two unlike elements together. In this scene from Hoosiers, we're seeing a basketball game and different parts of that basketball game cut together. Here's a scene from the Tree of Life. It's a birth scene from pregnancy to birth. You'll notice all kinds of weird images cut together in this scene. My basic point in showing you all this is that you can put images together and create a movie. What is a movie but just a bunch of images placed together in a sequence? Along with adding sound to it, that's all a movie is. A movie doesn't have to be a story because essentially you as the viewer make up the story as you go. You're trying to make sense of what's on screen. When I watch the Tree of Life scene here, I try to figure out what the heck is going on. I think it's about a soul coming from somewhere in a jungle with a statue coming up out of underwater and being birthed into the world. These images are poetic and haunting and weird and fascinating. For some people, they're off-putting because they can't make any sense of them. If you can't make sense of why images are placed together, then you might walk out of a movie, as I witnessed when I was at the Tree of Life screening when it came out. Nevertheless, pay attention to where the cuts are placed and how they're used. They're essential, crucial elements of nearly every movie ever made. Basically, movies aren't movies without cuts. Alright, thanks for watching. Please subscribe to my channel. Please like this video. I really appreciate any comment you have for me. Thanks for subscribing. Have a great day.